And as you look out into the future, you see two lines that are diverging. One in which the city is entirely overran by some kind of strange monstrosities from the far realm, and another where something attempts to beat them back. And as you look towards the first path again, you see the backs of the parties walking away in the distance. And as the party fades into the darkness, walking away from the city, the light of the camp shines through again. Speaking of easy targets, last we left off with our easy targets.
It's a good segue.
Last week, the party found the last piece of the obelisk that you were told to gather at Gibbet Crossing, crypt of the Talhund and Talhundreth. With all three in hand, and worried about Phandalin, whom you have discovered a painting on a wall showing what appears to be townsfolk transforming into mind flayers with an Underdark city or something underneath labeled Illithinoch. With all of this information, where does the party go from here?
Illithinoch. Okay.
Yeah. Does that ring any bells? Do we have any information about Illithinoch?
To date, you do not.
Should we go to Phandalin? I mean, should we at least like go to the outside of Phandalin and watch it burn a little bit before we figure out what to do?
I mean, I feel like a full board, we should just grab some marshmallows and go back to Phandalin.
So your location is in the Star Metal Hills, several days ride horseback from the city. Thankfully, somebody's been feeding your horses as you've been spending the time inside. Does the party want to return to their horses?
We can sure try.
I think so.
So that would mean that you're taking the pathway back through Talhundreth, because that's where you left your horses. So that would mean you would head towards the north here, head back to Talhundreth, leave the cave there, and then see how your horses have been doing in your time away from them here.
Okay, so we knew there was another entrance to Gibbet's Crossing. Do we know where it was specifically? Like, does it dump us out 3 days closer to Phandalin?
So, if it dumped you out 3 days closer to Phandalin, just out of a game, that would mean you'd be like walking for a couple days in the Underdark.
I'm just asking for all of our options.
The path that you found in Gibbet Crossing, there is a waterway here that you don't know. There is a path that leads into darkness down here. There is this long hallway that you started to go up and it sloped upward. But you did not, or I think specifically Shroud did not, go all of the way there.
No, I thought somebody told me. Maybe not. I thought somebody had told us there was a secondary entrance.
There is another entrance that leads into Gibbet Crossing from the outside, but that's not the way that you came inside. You came through the Talhundreth path.
Right.
Have we gone this way?
You have not. That seems to lead long hallways into darkness.
I feel like if we continue going down these paths, we're gonna keep going further into the Underdark.
That's what I was thinking.
So we
Like,
need to
we
go
need to
back.
go back above ground. I honestly, just cutting to the chase, it seems like the next place to go to is back to Phandalin. Because where else have we been reporting? Or not Phandalin, yeah, Phandalin.
Phandalin. Yeah.
Phandalin.
That's an Echo's vote.
We've been reporting to everybody down there or over there.
That's what I vote too. Phandalin.
Okay. I'm saying though, the Flayers probably aren't expecting us to hit them in their city while they're burning down Phandalin. They're probably expecting us to come to Phandalin. I say, go to Mind Flayer City and go to work. Who's with me?
I was gonna say nobody in this party is smarter than a 15. Mind Flayers are probably anticipating shit.
What?
Just saying.
I have an 8. That's enough to where they're not anticipating anything.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you can't even anticipate yourself, true.
I mean, you have deception is an 8.
Like playing with Koga.
My deception is an 8, and my intimidation's also an 8.
But are you deceiving yourself is the
10.
question.
My persuasion is an 8. I don't need deception.
That's a 4
Alright,
for
so
me.
back the way we came, and then back to Phandalin.
Yeah.
So
You said
Okay.
what before back to Phandalin?
I mean, back the way we came instead of trying this new tunnel.
Quick, did I imagine this? Is there a portal or something here?
no, what happened
Not
there?
anymore.
That was a big tower that shrank back into the wall, and the wall resealed itself.
Right, but there was like a description of like glowy, sparkly magic type sounding shit. Was that just the effect of the tower moving?
The tower was
Yeah,
like
I-
covered in mud, and it had a like hypnotic swirl to the mud.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. All right.
Yeah, because I thought you said something about a portal last time too.
You guys,
That's why I was
you
thinking
guys
about
kept
it.
assuming it was a portal.
Yes.
We kept saying swirly stuff, like,
Yeah, that's why I was
Sounds pretty-
confused.
sounds pretty portalish to me.
Yeah, swirly shit equals portal.
Or dreams.
Even if it's in the mud, who cares? It's a portal in the mud. It's probably a hag.
Braun, are you gonna go up and Grum, are you gonna go up and talk to it, and ask for a favor, and get turned into a
Why
temple?
is it always up to Grum?
I mean, I could always talk to the hag. She may offer up that eyeball again.
I mean, I
Oh,
like hags.
I want to metagame
Tobin's
so
good at killing
bad.
hags.
This is how you fucking learn. Let her take the hag's deal and find out the hard way.
Hey, hags deals are fun.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun for the DM.
They're fun for the players too. There's a lot of hag. There's a
the
lot
other
of hag
players.
deals.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous, dude.
Hags can deal anything. Hags are great. So are you guys making your way back through and going towards
Yeah,
Talbot and the
that's
horses?
what I would be guessing.
Do you guys
Either
wanna-
that way or this way, because there's light coming out. It's either one of those two.
Actually, it's quite deep. You guys didn't go up far enough to find light.
Yeah,
It
I
could
didn't think
assumably
we-
go to the
Oh,
surface. It's
right.
just
That's right.
we didn't fully go in that time.
Right. I remember now.
Yeah, and that's why I voted for the way we came, because we don't really know what's up there. We can assume, but we also can't really afford any delays.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or help.
That's the problem, though. Going back the way we did, and then traveling all the way back. It's time consuming. That's
Or we
the
can
only
get caught
problem.
in a pit and never make it back if we go
Yep.
the other way.
There's that too.
And then
It's
what
like,
if
do we want to
we're,
take a risk, or do we want to waste time or spend
what if
time?
we're a day away from our horses?
But I bring my horse with me
How long did
everywhere
it
I
take
go.
us to come down here? It took us 5 days in Talhundreth or Talhund, and then we spent what? Not even a day down here.
Right. If we go back the way we came, whenever we're going to come out. But if we take the other tunnel, it could put us in. It could dump us out a day away from the horses.
Right.
And then we gotta walk back.
Which will be even slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
right,
I will
my vote
ride my
is to
my
backtrack
speed
out.
back. You guys will walk back.
Yeah, my vote is to backtrack out to where we left the horses at. That would be my vote.
2 seconds.
Tobin said, let's go out one side so we can do summon steed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a paladin. You don't need to kick it with our horses. You have your own. And it doesn't have to be a horse. Oh my god!
It doesn't have to be a horse.
paladin use summon steed, and it was like Lady Marshmallow, the fluffiest little alpaca.
It's so fluffy. I'm gonna die.
I'm assuming you guys don't want to fight anything in here. And there, you've explored,
Well,
I
thank
think,
you.
most of the stuff that you can explore.
Yeah, and that
it's like-
cavern with the weird creatures, we completely avoided any hostile actions towards. They were just kind of cowering.
They were discussing. They weren't cowering. Shroud looked in, and they were having a conversation amongst themselves.
Oh wait, Crumb didn't see them. Never mind.
So I don't know.
I was
if
gonna say,
cowering
seeing them in the
describes
corners
it.
like that seems like cowardice to me, to Grum.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, never mind.
the one thing I'm assuming is no one wants to stay at Gibbet Crossing.
I'm gonna fight that Grick. You want to fight Grick?
I will leave you to do that on your own while I go back where I gotta go.
We didn't have a long rest or anything before, did we?
No,
Last session.
we haven't
No,
had a
but we
long
did level
rest.
up.
You did not level up.
No, he said we don't level up. He said we don't, unfortunately.
Level 9. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are level. You should be level 9. I didn't check to see if anybody leveled up, but you
I
should-
didn't. I just put it in my notes and then forgot to. So
I actually think I leveled you guys up like once too early. It should be once at the first one and then again at the third one, which made this one
yeah,
way
that's why you
easier.
said we don't level up here.
Yeah.
I remember now.
So is the party set with going back through Talhundreth?
Yeah.
Then as you go through, it takes a little over an hour to traverse the broken and twisty and windy dark path, but the party can do so without any issue. You come into Talhundreth, the doors are still open in the same way. The inside of the doors seem emptier this time. Like, even the slightest thing that was there is now gone on to bigger and better things. Off to your left is the twisting path that leads to the woods and your horses. Is there anything the party wishes to do in Talhundreth or the Crypt of the Talhund before we depart?
As we are about to depart, I will look back towards Talhundreth, specifically thinking about the crypt and saying, like under my breath, rest a little easier, for we have slain one of the defilers in reference to the mind flayer, and hopefully we will slay more for you.
Yes.
And I like put my hand on like the piece of armor that I grabbed, the armor that I grabbed from it, like out of respect.
The ceremonial breastplate.
Yeah.
As the party leaves Talhundreth, your horses are where you left them. Watered, well fed, happy to see you. Does the party just get on and go? And
I
you
want to try and check them over first.
roll either an animal handling or an investigation check.
I will roll my own animal handling as well,
Me too.
because I'm curious. Hey, dirty 20.
Roll 9.
And I am using Fine Steed.
Wednesday night continues.
Well,
So,
Well, shit.
Grum, they seem well taken care of. There doesn't seem to be anything harsh. There's nothing hidden. As far as you can tell, somebody's just been tending the animals. Probably fed
Grum's
daily.
I'm gonna look around the party and say, so, while I was out, who tended the horses?
Yep. It's a good question. We just don't have an answer.
I would say to Grim that me and Nezznar checked on him, and there was food and water left for him. But that was some time ago.
Yeah, we didn't leave food and water for him.
I wonder who left the food for a couple of random horses tied up in front of a cave mouth.
Who were the two that went out to investigate last time? Shroud and...
Nezznar and Shroud.
Nezznar.
So, Nezznar...
I think it was Nezznar that realized too that it was maybe it was Shroud. I think Shroud realized that it was drow food.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Shroud, you realize that it's food from the Underdark, which doesn't necessarily mean drow, but it's a good connection to probably being drow. And Tobin, real quick, what does your steed look like?
It is, wait for it, a giant ladybug. With a little like
Both the women are clapping for it. It's great.
and,
Here for
and
it.
instead of like a saddle, it's more like just like a little kind of like pillow on top that just rides on top, like a little just
That's funny.
string and bit, going to like the ladybug's antlers to like steer.
Why's it got to be a lady?
Not all ladybugs are ladies, but they don't call them boy bugs.
What would you call a boy ladybug?
I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get in. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna piss somebody off. LGBTQ community.
D&D, guys.
All right, back to the game.
So D&D.
For the purposes of because I have to like categorize if it's a fiend, fae, or celestial. It is a fae creature.
I wouldn't imagine it any other way. For you guys, before you start off, does the party take a rest of any sort? Would the party have
I would at
taken
least like
a
to do a
rest?
short rest to top off HP, and then I can give everyone temp HP too if it's dropped from anyone.
I
With
don't need a rest, but I'm not unwilling to rest if someone needs it.
It's more like just a top. It's more like I really like this inspiring leader ability to just give us all HP.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Good job.
I would say
Good job.
That's really it.
a rest would be well deserved, considering the party has just went through a mind flare battle against all of its minions and came out not entirely unscathed, but there has to be some emotional wear there.
I was gonna say, if there's no physical scars, they're definitely mental and emotional.
And
I don't know. I feel fine. I missed the whole fight.
if you
Let's
can
go.
if you consider it
Tobin actually did great during that fight, so
if you consider something too, as the party leaves Talhundreth, the mental emotional scars to remind the party, Grum, you were petrified under the sway of a Medusa, and the party dealt with that loss. Echo, you were killed and resurrected by dark means. Shroud, there was some heavy emotional baggage in there as your story and your confrontation with the people that killed basically your family, in a sense, as you come to terms with them. Tobin's player, one of your player people died. That has to be emotional to some extent.
And as we pass by, I say a little prayer to the little sapling that was planted from this little.
Echo is gonna busy herself getting the horses ready, checking tack and all that good stuff while everybody rests. But I think probably towards the end there, about 45 minutes, she's got just tears streaming down her face. She silently cries and tries to process all of that.
The Star Meadow
She's trying to
Hills,
keep herself busy.
this place was, in some way, this place has to be meaningful. This place put the party into a place that these characters have never been before. Can everybody please make a perception roll?
I think Shroud would just kind of keep to himself
21.
when he came in there and just be kind of leaning against maybe the entrance or something. Oh boy. Oh, that was a 7, not in 1. It looked like a 1.
Everybody that got a 15 or higher, in the distance you hear the howl of wolves rise up and then slowly fade back down, as if calling to the party from the backside of the hills as a farewell as they leave this place.
I just put my hand on my pack where Ripper is and cry a little more.
Yeah, as she's boo-hooing, Grum is not going to say anything, but he's just going to place a gentle hand on her shoulder or her upper back and just give her, a secure look or a securing look. That makes sense.
She's just quietly crying, trying to hide it.
Top of game.
Yes.
Been rough.
Top of game, is there significance to the wolves howling?
There might be
that I wouldn't know.
There might be significance in wolves howling.
Okay.
They're looking for Ripper.
Everybody's favorite Ripper.
Little did we know he was a pack leader.
I didn't know.
In our hour of need.
Yeah, you never met Ripper. Damn.
Ripper was a good dog.
Ripper was
He was the bestest boy.
Well, you saw Ripper's bones, I guess.
Yeah, that's about it.
There's no corpse left.
Yeah, poor Billy got roasted hella bad.
So are we in a short rest? Did we say that, or?
I think the party is settling in for a short rest as they get everything ready. It's not hard work to get the horses ready. So it's saddling up and it's taking moments to pause and think and consider. What everybody also sees. Imagine if a cloud was tinged with algae green instead of silver linings, sickly green pale linings. Echo, the last time you were outside, there is a concentration of green energy in the sky that seems to have scattered across all of the clouds, and as sun hits it, it sends sickly green rays downward, just like something is hanging, slimy, poisoned over the sky.
Everyone take
And this is
12
everyone
HP.
sees that, right?
Everybody sees that.
Everybody take how much temp HP?
10 HP. And Tobin pulls out the book, the good book, and reads from Pomeranians for 3. And blow, Ripper was the goodest of boys. And I
That
hand on
deserves
Grump.
its own chapter. Like it's just that one line, and then next chapter.
Yeah, that's all it is. That is the chapter. He was the goodest of boys. We're not gonna leave that part where Big Tobin, fed the corpse to him.
Shroud, you're still under a level of exhaustion, by the way. You have
Correct.
not had a rest, so just keep that in mind for any checks until we get to the point of a rest. Horseback, you are still several days away. What speed does the party
Beetleback.
set out? Beetleback. Horse beetle. Beetle horse? Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Beetle steed.
That'll weird.
Beetle. Yes. Oh my god, I love it.
Battle beetle.
At what pace do you set your battle beetle and the horses?
At a jaunty pace.
Should I assume?
Set out a jaunty pace.
anymore.
So is jaunty quicker than regular?
It has
we
a
don't
little
want to tire strap.
Yep.
Hey Tobin, did we get
Um,
temp HP from you, or
12.
Yes, 12.
does that stack?
No,
No,
whatever
it just
the highest.
The highest one.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. But okay.
The party sets out at a jaunty pace. Sky is hanging sickly overhead. The horses are kicking up dirt underneath. I'm assuming jaunty is quicker than a regular pace.
We're moving. I'm not going to say we're rushing to tire everyone out because we already have someone who's tired. I will say we are moving with a sense of urgency.
What does the first few hours of this look like with the party? Is there any talking? Is there any laughter, joking? Is there just concern about Phandalin?
I tell Charles to take a nap on the back of Bessie the beetle.
Crowd, do you try to take a nap on the back of a beetle?
Am I on the back of a beetle?
I don't know. Did you? I'm assuming you would have brought your own horse.
No, I think Shroud would be remaining alert. Just kind of how he was trained to keep alert and watch ahead as far as possible.
So this is more of a
next-
silent ride than a talkative ride.
No, Tobin is definitely commenting about how much Guy sucks and how much your world sucks and how the Feywild looks so much better. Yeah, I thought you guys had blue skies. What's with this green crap? Trees pretty though.
Why are you being so judgmental?
Look at your sky. How are you
Look out
judgmental
for-
about that?
I want to keep a lookout for tracks on the ground coming in and out. And other than that, I think Echo is just like reaffirming our decision to head back to Phandalin decently quickly because, and she points at the sky, it looks like it's on fire, but not the regular kind.
Go ahead and make a survival check as you look for tracks
I'll give her help action.
with advantage.
Hey.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'll contribute to that, but I will say that like Tobin is probably grilling everybody about what's happened like on this trip. So if everyone else is silent, Tobin will just end up just everyone's ear off about like, hey, what was this? What was this? Where'd you hear? What'd you do next?
Echo with the 20, the path has been recently traveled in several directions. It is not, I don't want to describe it as a main road, but it is a road that connects towns and villages. It's not surprising that it's traveled by both horse and foot traffic.
So there's nothing really suspicious about it being decently heavily traveled.
It's hard to say what about a set of tracks would be suspicious on a road. Every so often you do find tracks that lead off into the woods, but again, how suspicious is that, given that sometimes hunters might deviate into the woods, or someone will go off for a rest stop at a tree. With the 20, if you want, I'll let you find the poop, and you can investigate the poop, and it'll all be good.
I don't think Echo would look at poop very much.
That's reassuring. But
How else do you track tracks?
with the 20, as you're watching the road and the path, I will let you make the next check at about the 5th hour without the same disadvantage that the other ones are about to have.
That's very, very generous. I like it.
It's very generous. So, animal handling checks. Tobin, you don't have to do this, surprisingly, because you're on a beetle. But Nyx, Grum, and Shroud, animal handling checks at disadvantage. Echo, straight animal handling check.
Animal handling
assist?
at
With animal handling?
You can pick one person to assist.
Nyx, because I feel like your animal handling is probably not very high.
Nyx, go ahead and make one more just flat roll for animal handling.
Woohoo!
Woohoo, dirty 20.
Shroud, you're the only one I think that failed. Or Grum, did you have advantage regularly through another path?
Did I have what?
Advantage through another path, because this would have been a disadvantage. So go ahead and roll one more
Yeah,
time.
I hit disadvantage.
Okay, I'm only
It
seeing
didn't
the
roll a
19.
second time?
I'm only seeing the 19.
Let me roll it again. Well, it's disadvantage, but it's still a natural 20, so put it up on the counter.
That works for me. Let me find that.
But yeah, the 19 carries.
That is your eighth natural 20. Counting. You are the current leader.
Oh, I know.
I
I'm
can't,
grown, baby. Yes.
I can't check which. How many do I have? I feel like I've gotten almost none since we started the counter.
You have one
You have
natural
1
20,
20 and
and 2 nat 1s.
I
So
don't
the
think I'm even off the board.
I
Shroud,
think I may have one.
Shroud, everybody else is able to maintain control of their horse, or at least not fly off of their horse. As you're all on the
Shift on my
road,
beetle.
and the beetle isn't even affected. So Shroud, can you make a dexterity saving throw, which you love to make,
I thought
See
you
if
would
you-
never ask.
to see if you can stay mounted on your horse as it starts to come to a stop?
So yeah, that's
You
a
get
eight-
+3 if you're near me.
or no, that's a 16, 19.
You stay on. As you do, as everybody's horses start to come to a stop of their own accord, you see a figure step out on the path, and as he does, a black spider staff is raised,
Oh, let's go.
and the horses all come to a stop as if they've been conditioned over the past few days to obey his signal.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh, hi, Nezznar.
Right.
As he comes
Put on my
out,
bugs.
Remember what I said, y'all.
as he comes
Our
out, he
dear,
looks
sweet
at
friend.
everybody and he says, I think it's time we had a talk.
No more talking.
I can't hear you all the way over there. Let us come closer.
He's not moving, he's just in the path he motioned you towards. And he says, there have been developments in Phandalin that you need to be aware of.
Who's this chucklehead, everyone?
Echo's gonna get off the horse.
As you do, he looks at you, he nods his head. He is undaunted by the party. And he begins to speak. Phandalin has become ravished by mind flayers. The city is lost. We need to strike the heart of it. I can give you passage through shallows deep to Illithinoch, where you can purge this and end it before it spreads.
Can I look to the sides and see if I can see any other creatures? Any signs of any other creatures?
Make a perception check.
Can I help her?
Of course. Or you can
Can I
help
roll
her,
perception?
roll your own. Yeah. Either one's fine.
Or my own? Oh,
Bitch.
Echo.
it was like on a 19, and the digital dice went onto a digital dice. You can do that
Echo
shit.
and Tobin, the woods are lovely, dark, and deep. And no driders you spot before you weep.
What type of creature is a driver? Never mind. You know, I don't want to. I'm actually just going to use a divine sense to get a sense of anything that might be.
Divine Sense lets you
Oh, wait, no.
detect fiends, celestials, and devils, are correct?
That's what I'm trying to find. Like, I'm trying to. Once again, really need a
It
better
doesn't
way.
let you detect normal monstrosities, humanoids, monsters.
Right. It's as usual, Fae, Fiend, Celestial.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was wondering like aberrations or something. I had like or whatever.
You send out your divine ping, it hits against the trees like echolocation, and then comes back to you. You sense none of these types of creatures in range in the forest.
No. Worth the try.
Nezznar holds up a piece of paper, shows you that it's actually two pieces of paper. Anybody that looks at it, one looks like a map, and the other might be a letter, but it's hard to say.
Why help us now, and what do you want?
I told you before, an Illithid empire is nothing to be trifled with. Better to stifle it now than deal with it later.
And what do you want in return for
The,
this gracious assistance you're providing yet again?
the end of the Illithid empire in its cradle before it's run amok in the Underdark, and for your sake, before it's run amok above.
Have you been to
In
Phandalin?
other words,
I have seen Phandalin in what it's become, in what it isn't anymore. A city of monstrosities. Mind flayers. Warped beyond that of even a regular mind flare.
This is its current state?
They are transformed and transforming. It is a lost city. The best path is through shallows deep to Illithinoch.
Can I roll an
Seeing as
insight?
how
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tobin. Sorry.
I was gonna say, so let this straight. You don't want to see this empire rise. Why don't you just give us your assistance? Seems like we're all in the same boat, unless you have something else planned for us that you don't want us to know about.
I've given you my assistance. You have
Why
the
not
charge.
officially join?
You look like you could be handy in a fight,
Playing from the
which I think
shadows.
we're gonna need.
He rubs his chin just for a second. I will see you to Illithinoch, and I will help you open the gates.
Give us a moment. And I'll kind of not turn around, but like start walking a little backwards or sideways. And just kind of meet up with Echo and Tobin since Nyx and Shroud are still way back there. And I'll say, look, guys, I really want to kill him. But
And I whispered to you, I'm like, but he's useful.
I am going to step and put Grum in between Nezznar and I, and I'm going to cast Sending.
Okay. To whom is your recipient, and what do you send?
I'm going to send a message to Hadriel. And I haven't thought this out, so bear with me.
What's the word limit? I want to count on my fingies.
I'm working on it. You guys can count as I start talking.
I think it's 25 words.
Okay. We're on our way back. We're on the way to Phandalin. Have promises of help at Illithinoch instead. What would you have us do?
I think that's 26.
That's fine. Roll a d20.
Oh, I don't like that.
Just say what?
No, it's
Say
not.
what two dudes?
Come on, D20. Come on, RNGesus.
He's not here.
He is. Unless you want to roll low this time. Fuck.
You send
Gotcha.
you send out the message. You get no immediate response, but that's not necessarily uncommon. Sometimes it takes people a moment to collect their thoughts. How long would you let the
Also
silence sit?
bandwidth.
While I'm waiting, I'm actually going to look over towards Nyx and Shroud, and I'm going to motion them up to the group.
Oh, in character, Echo.
Oh, damn.
Where did you say your father was going to meet us? Or where did he say to meet him at?
He said that there were forces headed to Phandalin. He didn't say he would be in Phandalin. He said there were Goliath forces in Phandalin, or would be shortly.
Oh, man, I hope the Goliath can get there. I gotta turn the mind flayers.
I'll turn back to Nezznar and address him and say, what do you know about a horde of Goliaths heading towards Phandalin.
He shakes his head. Mind flares.
They are.
He nods.
Sorry, guys.
Look at Grum, notice his sign. I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nezznar, what happens to Illithid puppet when the nest is destroyed?
He says, you see as he thinks, and he goes, nest. Nest?
The place you're sending us? When we route them completely?
He nods, understanding the question. It's not about changing what is. It's about preventing what could be. Those who are lost need to be purged. The best way to stop anything else is to destroy the source.
Right. Okay, how long is it going to take us to get to Shadow's Deep and Illithinoch?
He holds up his hand. 5 days done quickly. The Underdark can be treacherous without a guide.
So how long with a very good guide?
If we rush and risk danger, perhaps 4.
I'm gonna look at Grum and
9-day trek.
Echo's face is bright red.
As it turns bright red, you get a reply. And in less words than it takes to send, you hear, greetings. Your brother arrived at Phandalin. Reinforcements cut off. And then you hear silence.
I want you to know how fucking stressed I am right now. Just know that.
Okay. Echo starts crying again. Yeah, she sniffles and like.
If you start crying and sniffling, I'll turn my attention to you and ask what's wrong. Because the sending is silent.
Mm-hmm.
Hadriel did send reinforcements to Phandalin. The Goliaths arrived, and so did my brother, with some troops. And all I know is that the reinforcements were cut off. So my father doesn't have any information either. Nothing to verify. And I'm going to look over at Nezznar. Can I roll an insight check?
Of course.
Can I have advantage so I don't fail this?
Yes, you can have advantage.
Desperation.
Desperation. She asked for
No,
advantage.
she was so greedy. I loved it.
It's that
Great.
Is
that every roll.
is it 19? 19's a roll.
Yeah, 19 is just a straight roll. I'm not taking advantage of it.
All right. See, ask and then don't take it. It's fine.
You know, I'll beg for something else later, I'm sure.
I don't know.
She's putting it in the bag for later.
I don't know if this is better or worse, but Nezznar seems genuine.
So there's no, like, double speak. There's no leaving, what's the word? I'm so frazzled. There's no lies by omission.
Nezznar is giving you the truth as he sees it.
As he sees it. Nezznar, how did you feel about the city of Phandalin before the Mind Flayers took over?
It was an opportunity lost. There is power there. Of course, mainly removed now. The stones that we all sought. Opportunities lost. Perhaps squandered by my part. We should not squander more opportunities. If you go there, you can kill mind flayers, mindless mind flayers, if you will. And anything not turned will be turned soon enough. Or we go straight to the heart of the beast and rip it out. The Underdark, the Drow, recognize the threat that it is.
You speak highly of opportunities, Mr. Otherwise. Tell me, Spider, what opportunities would there be once we deal with the Mind Flayer Scourge?
I expect that you will all return to Neverwinter and Waterdeep and the Sword Coast as heroes, and I will return to the service of my matron mother.
Who is?
Insight on that.
Go ahead and roll an insight.
21.
I put my hand on. Oh.
What specifically are you trying to detect?
He says he's going to go back to the service of his matron. Well, shit.
With a 21, that does not seem suspicious from a drow male.
Right, because that could mean a whole number of fucking things. God forbid he goes back and she's like, all right, go back and complete what you were doing before.
And Echo, he heard your question, but he doesn't answer.
Are there like rocks and stuff off to the side of the path? I mean, I'm looking for a decent sized one.
There are rocks and trees. It's the woods. It's not hard to find a rock.
Okay. I'm gonna
bang your head against.
I'm gonna grab my axe and I'm gonna walk over to one and I'm just gonna take 2 giant swings at it and scream just once.
Is it?
And then I'm gonna walk back to the group.
Is it in an attempt to intimidate or to alleviate frustration?
Oh no, she's pissed between a rock and a hard place right now, and she's made a decision and she doesn't like it.
Okay. You slam your axe against rocks. Roll damage for me real quick.
Oh,
I think I know what
axe.
Echo's decided.
Lord, where's my... I don't even know what an axe does. Probably a D6, right?
Whatever, yeah. We're
gonna call it a D6.
That's fine, roll a D6.
What's the weapon? A hand axe?
No, it was my...
The great axe?
Yeah, it was the great axe I originally had.
That's a D12
Yeah.
plus your modifier.
Oh wow, hold 2. Look at that. Big rolls, baby. 7 damage on 2d12.
You do notice a crack in it, but I mean it's a rock. You don't shatter the rock. A good enough damage roll might have, but this didn't.
Alright. I'm gonna walk back to the group. Grum's already walked away. I'm gonna look at Nyx and Tobin and Shroud, and I'm gonna shake my head. Again, I think his help is too important right now.
I'm gonna step forward, and that's when I'm basically just gonna say that, like, and I'm gonna point this specific part of this conversation towards you, Grum, that whoever his matron is, whatever he is, it doesn't matter until we take care of this. So for right now, let's all be nice, and then solve this problem, and we'll deal with. And if another problem comes up after, we'll deal with it then. But right now, I think everybody is trying to save the world right now.
Grum is going to grab Nezznar by the collar.
You do.
And he is going to pull him
move.
in, and he's going to say in a very low but menacing tone, because I'm also pissed the fuck off, and I'm gonna say to Nezznar, I do not like you. I do not trust you. But you seem to be a purveyor of routes that we just have to take. So for now, I shall continue to let you live. But if any of your actions directly affect us in any negative way, and when I say any negative way, I grab him, I clench even tighter, and I say, you will know why my moniker is Skullcrusher. And then I just kind of let him go with a small shove back.
He stumbles back, doesn't fall. He does catch himself on the spider staff to support himself for a second, though.
And he is a dryer, right? He's not on 2 lips.
No, Nezznar is a drow.
Okay,
Driders
so
are Driders are big.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Just for roleplay purposes, and I already annotated it, I'm gonna do like 1 point of lay on hands on Grum as of like to calm down, as like calm ourselves. We need cool heads now if we're gonna get through this. And so basically, just feel like that 1 point of lay on hands, just feel like a kind of warm, little bit of take jaw for like that moment to calm you down.
So I feel like with that lay on hands, wait, what did you do? You just calmed.
I just basically use like lay on hands to just give you kind of. It's just for roleplay purposes. It's just to try to like give you a.
Okay. With that, I feel like Grum
do some comfort.
Probably feel that. I feel like he'll pick up on that giving of comfort, but he's way too pissed off right now to really like show that he's calm, because he's not. Like he feels the comfort, but it's not working.
At the very least, it's just at least snap you out of it. It's a different feeling to kind of redirect your attention a little.
I'll go ahead and like, I'm feeling what I'm feeling, but I'll go ahead and step off a little bit, give him some space.
It's like the opposite of slapping you up the head is basically what it is. Right.
Echo is kind of like holding Nyx's hand and just looking just super defeated and just trying to hold it together for like 10 more seconds.
Nyx kind of gives her a reassuring look. Kind of like, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this.
She'll just kind of nod silently. The quiet girl conversations.
Yeah.
Do you all go with Nezznar?
And gather myself up a little bit. walk up.
I will, but before I just ask a question, since you know more about what's happening than the rest of us, especially me, can you just answer one simple question for me?
Go on.
Is the sky always green?
The sky above the Underdark is always a tad bit sickening.
But is it like this?
Can I risk being a little metagamey with a particular request from a player?
Sure.
So, Jester, can you do me a solid and ask him if he knows anything, or if he even saw Nezznar upon going towards Phandalin or entering or whatever, if he knows anything about a mountain dwarf traveling to Phandalin?
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to know, man. I need to know. But Grum don't know shit. So I can't ask.
I will speak to him, though, and I will be like, me and, what was he, a wizard? Nezznar?
Yeah. He was a divination wizard.
Me and a wizard came to check on our horses. Were you feeding our horses?
He nods.
Did you happen to see where this wizard took off to?
He shrugs. There was a Smurf Nebland and a dwarf that went off. I'm assuming they went somewhere.
Could you see if they was going towards Phandalin?
I didn't track them. They headed off in the direction that could take them there.
Well, just glad you didn't kill them.
Well, thank you for
such a bad guy.
Thank you for feeding the horses and keeping them alive.
Of course. You're all very important.
And making them loyal.
Fuck this guy. Don't thank him.
Hey, Grum, it could be worse. I mean,
And Grum, if Grum says that in character, I just kind of look at him. I'd be like, I have no qualms against this person. I'm like, it's like I have no qualms against any of you anymore.
what time of day is
Has
it right
Grum
now?
found out your story or no?
It's early dusk.
I don't think Grum knows your story.
It's
We
early
look at you
dusk.
funny, like, the
The
fuck do you
sun
mean
has
by
started
that?
to set.
No, Grum knows.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
No, I don't think Grum does know, because I think we were still with Nezznar. Maybe not.
Echo told him. I forgot that Echo told him.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It was off screen, but yeah.
Nezznar will look at everybody and suggest that you all camp for the night. You all seem tired, and night will be there soon.
That's not going to bunk with me.
You see a very big smile come across his face. Edward's office. My furry little friend.
That's an interesting hookup right there. A drow and a fey rabbit.
A small fey rabbit, so it's kind of like,
I'm afraid of the end
like
of
a
the
midget.
sentence.
For a midget. But do you get privacy when we camp out? I think the first thing I'm gonna do is obviously, like, I want to keep Nezznar close, like top of game. I'm trying to keep Nezznar close, like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But before that, I also want to start. Oh, go ahead.
Do you guys pitch camp? Do you guys take a suggestion?
If we do, I would tell Echo to pull up her little magic tent that she has and not let Nezznar in.
The human's tiny hut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll reluctantly agree to make camp somewhere here close.
Assume that it's darker than this map.
I do.
Fair enough.
I think I would ask Nezznar if he would tend to the horses since he done such a good job last time.
Yeah, Nezznar would absolutely tend to the horses.
Yeah, pull your own weight, fool.
Nezznar will also keep watch if nobody objects.
But I'm going to take some time, and I'm going to come up here away from the party. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, because I just remembered I had the lantern of revealing, so that while I'm out here, if there's anything hidden, I will see it. And I'll set it down. I'll sit down, and being that I'm Oath of the Ancients, and kind of connected to the earth and everything, I'm just gonna kind of use this time to feel the grass between my fingers or paws, whatever, and just kind of reach out, mentally, kind of praying to my dad and being like, "This is a fine mess you in, Dad. Your friends are in a lot of trouble. Your friends in Phandalin are in even worse trouble. You sent me here to help out, but if you have any more help to send us, that'd be much appreciated." You are grown,
You would know by now. You would know that the reinforcements between Grum's horde and Echo's family were en route, but are now so. Good job requesting more reinforcements.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, more reinforcements, less reinforcements. It doesn't seem like it seems like it can't hurt. It can't make things worse.
Right.
So, also,
Send more Covens.
There goes send the fam. Send the fam. There we go. People say that that's in the fam, but he's also thinking, you guys sent Goliath and was Asimar Echo or your family's men or whoever, and I'm requesting people from another dimension. So hoping that might even the odds a little bit. Maybe a little AWOL weird versus Far Realm weird.
Fair. Do you guys... How do you set up the shifts at night?
I'll definitely take the first, and I'll just be walking around camp with the lantern of revealing.
I think before bedding down, I think I would pull out my sword and look at him. This black and this white sword, and just kind of gauge their weights. Just to kind of see if they're balanced.
Make a perception check.
24.
They're heavier than they were.
22.
They're heavier than they were, but they are balanced in a very special way. And as you move the dark sword, the darkness flutters behind it for a second. You also notice as you do that, there is a tall, bald-headed elf with pale skin. He's perched on the rock, and he's looking at you, Shroud, and he goes, "Not a single bit of mercy. Wonderful."
I look back,
Accuracy.
and only I can see him.
Anybody who's looking can see him, but you are certainly the first to spot him.
Nezznar, what's one of your friends doing here?
He looks, and he shakes his head. "I have no idea who he is."
I don't think it's
I'm gonna draw my
Drow.
I
I think I know what it is. I know what it is.
I'm gonna look at him
isn't it?
and say to him, "I've tried to be merciful. The
My friends, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He
I've
shakes,
tried to be merciful.
he shakes
but
his
the-
head and puts his hand to his lips, interrupting you. "The Raven Queen takes interest in the shadows. Mercy can be an act of weakness."
I know what this is too. Wait, the Raven Queen?
He nods. "Yes. I've come
And-
to show my appreciation for you, of course. And to let her know that you have her eye. For better and worse."
And if I'm merciful, then who comes?
It's not as fun. Oh, no. Not as fun. Not as fun. There is weight in the shadows. I am curious to see if you can control it. Or for how long you can control it. Weakness has a cost, friend.
I shall control it as long as I can muster.
And when you cannot, and you are overtaken, a home awaits you. I will collect you.
Shall be done.
Until we meet in the great beyond, the Raven Queen prepares a place on her mantle for you. He steps back, jumps into the tree line, and vanishes.
I run, like, where'd you go?
Well done.
Bravo.
Oh my god, my stress levels are through the roof right now, and I don't have any weed.
That sucks. I just bought a new thing to use console with. It's great.
Fan of Vox Machina, are we?
Puff Coat, my Puff Coat Plus thing I had for years finally broke, and I bought the Pivot, and it's amazing.
What does the party
But,
do with
yeah.
that information?
I'm gonna reholster the swords and just kind of fall silent.
Or fill up
I'm
those
gonna look over
dead
at Shroud. I'm looking at Shroud and just like, what the fuck, dude? You have the weirdest friends.
At least I have friends.
Chain demons and like bulldogs.
Hope no poison apples decide to appear.
Yes,
No,
let's
just a
hope
giant
nothing
dragon.
happens to Nyx.
Talking about poison apples, yeah. Ay, Dios mío.
Does the party continue on with their sleep?
Echo's gonna take a
before we-
walk at some point.
At this point, I am thoroughly exhausted, so I do lay down.
Can I
And
join
I
you?
suggest to the party that
Night hangs heavy overhead. Darkness somewhat blots out the pale green clouds. But you know that they're waiting for you the next morning. The party sleeps. And as everyone goes to sleep, there seems to be a fire ravaging through the forest. You can hear deer and bird and other animals trying to move past it. And in what seems like an instant, a big gulf of flame shoots across the campsite. And everybody's... Sorry, I didn't say... Oh, Nesfin. Everybody's back. And everybody's back in a familiar place. Except Tobin. There's no Tobin.
Aw.
I know.
Oh, that would be so crazy.
It would be.
Would ask for help.
You did ask
What's
for
the name of
help.
this place again? What?
This is the Stonehill Inn.
And
A fire that happened so long ago that you have revisited.
I want to roll
This is almost
insight
making
on something.
What do
I
you...
want to roll insight to see if this is real
Go ahead.
or an illusion or some kind of mental projection.
I was kind of wondering, like, Token should be rolling some. This first with this. No. Okay.
Dark Nick
Accurate way
stands
to like
behind.
get some ground.
Dark Nick stands behind the bar. She puts half of a half-eaten apple in front of you. It rolls slowly off of her fingertips that are pointed downward. And she puts back her hand. She says, I guess we should have let it burn the first time.
It did burn the first time.
I'm
It's
just
burning
putting my
again.
hand on Nixon's back,
Are
supporting.
you talking Phandalin? Wait, which Nyx are you? Wait, can I tell which Nyx is Dark Nyx? Like, is Dark Nyx actually dark, or is
Dark
it just more like a
Nyx
title?
has like an onyx complexion to her.
Is it like Dark Link, where everything's like
Kind
an
of, but
onyx?
not that extent. Her skin has that onyx complexion to it, and all of her clothes are a bit
Okay.
darker. You can tell which one obviously
Okay.
is not Nyx versus which one is Nyx.
Gotcha. It's been so long since we encountered Dark Nyx, I forgot.
Everybody
Also,
roll.
real quick, did we get the long rest yet or not yet?
Everybody roll an insight check before I answer that.
I hate Dark Nyx.
17.
That's better.
This is the first time you've all encountered one without the other.
One what?
Dark Nyx without Dark Echo.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, I just had another thought that might not be real, but it could be they are. No, because y'all killed the chain devil down there.
No, the chain devil killed herself, I think.
No,
I killed her.
yeah, Shroud
Mhm.
ran the devil through with the blade.
Oh, yeah.
That was his first
But
one on
didn't
his
she
skill
ask
counter.
for that?
Yes, it was almost like sealing a blood pact of sorts.
Okay. I
I'm gonna
remember it was similar.
lean over to Nyx, and I'm gonna look at her and say, "It's your choice, but I think this is up to you now."
Nyx is not okay. This apple keeps being presented to her, and she's just not okay.
You just had to mention it, right?
I know.
Okay, I gotta admit, I forget what the deal was. Maybe that's good since I'm playing a new character since that. But
As you're all standing around waiting, she holds up her hand, and the fire that's currently harmless, you start to feel the heat intensify on the back wall,
I'm gonna hop out before.
and the
Burn my
fire
ass.
the fire actually starts to take the wall. And she looks at all of you and says, "Why should we protect what you do not value?" And as she does, she moves her hand across, and fire in the room start to spread.
Hey, puppy.
Echo's
Hey,
getting
puppy.
Puppy.
I need to know what the fuck is going on, man. I'm gonna roll another insight. Fingers crossed.
Echo's pretty sure she knows.
24.
What choice did Nyx have to make again?
Hey, puppy. Puppy. Where'd you go, puppy?
Oh,
Nessa, say hi.
Was she supposed to take an apple?
It's up to you. There's a half of a half-eaten apple, which I guess would be a quarter apple. There's a quarter apple
before
in front of
Nyx
you.
can make her choice with a 24 in insight, I want to know if this figure is a spirit or an infernal apparition of some sort, and what
Oh,
it's
yeah.
talking about. Why should we protect what you all do not value?
How would you like to ascertain what it is?
Just like that. What are you?
When he says, "What are you?" I pop Divine Sense, my second channel divinity.
You pop Divine Sense. She is not fiend, celestial. She is not any of the things your Divine Sense can detect.
And this illusion or whatever is happening, is it hallowed or desecrated?
No.
all? Okay.
It's neither of those, but it's also not normal.
Okay.
And
That's
as
good enough for me.
as
That's good
everybody's debating what to do, she takes her finger and she points towards the back wall, which now has a hole in it. Anybody that looks back sees villagers with pink and purple blisters in skin with claws walking around, and they begin to head towards the burning building, towards the hole.
Echo just looks away.
So she doesn't answer my question then?
What is she?
Oh,
Yeah, and the insight was also to gauge what she means by her last statement. Why should we protect what you all do not value?
She'll hold out her hand to you, but she won't give you a verbal answer.
They've been trying to help us, guide us, and protect us.
Yeah.
And we let Phandalin fall anyway.
Yeah.
we're done fighting. We're.
So I guess
these
Nyx
people
is gonna
fighting-
Do you pick up
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick. I was gonna say, these people have been fighting tooth and nail to save this place, and despite defeat, setback, and even deaths, they have never given up, not once. We still have work to do, and no matter what, we will find some way to make this work, or we will die trying. I don't know who you are or what you do, but all we want is to save this world.
She looks at you and she says, "We are a point in time." And Grum, do you take her hand as she holds it out?
Yeah.
As he takes her hand, I'll take the apple.
Do you eat the apple?
No, I just take the apple.
She doesn't seem
I
to.
was so tempted to take the apple and see what happens.
She doesn't seem to do anything with you just taking the apple. But Grum, you take her hand.
Unfortunately, so.
As you do, she gently but firmly closes her hand around yours, and you are standing in the building alone. You see the fire in the process of consuming, and the ash pile that you saw afterwards as you headed out to Wave Echo Cave. And there is a moment where an energy blast sweeps across and the foundations of the building glows with a black glow. And as if time shifts, you see the ash pile slowly fade away in the Stonehill Inn, and its residents and family take place back to where they were, like the fire never happened. And Grum, as she lets go of your hand, it's almost like a sense of you're letting go of her, and the shift in time begins to shift backwards, and the fire re-spreads. But this time, as you look around, it seems as you let go, the fire in some way is spreading out from the Stonehill Inn into the city proper.
I don't know what to call you proper, but end this now. What you showed me is our goal.
She shakes her head one more time. We cannot save you from the decisions you make.
Then allow us to correct the ones that we have made in order to preserve what we can.
It's your error. Make it as you wish.
So as Dark Nyx and Grum have had their individual thing, Echo and Nyx have had their own internal head nodding, and Nyx is gonna take a bite.
As you do you take a bite that consumes the rest of the apple?
Yes.
As you do, your pupils dilate very big, and you look around you like you're standing in the city of Phandalin, and you see an amalgamation of all of the time around it. Like you could reach back 1,000 years and pluck out an individual thread and set it down. Or you could take the Stonehill Infire and turn your hand and reverse it, or move it back the other way and set it again. And as you look out into the future, you see two lines that are diverging. One in which the city is entirely overran by some kind of strange monstrosities from the far realm, and another where something attempts to beat them back. And as you look towards the first path again, you see the backs of the parties walking away in the distance. And as the party fades into the darkness, walking away from the city, the light of the camp shines through again. And Dark Nyx is gone.
So what the fuck?
Ah.
I'm gonna roll out of bed and go check on Nyx. You okay?
So did that not happen? Or did that happen?
I think, depending on our choices, both could happen. I think we have to choose.
What even is the point of choosing anymore? It seems every choice we make leads to a bad path.
I don't think there is a good one anymore.
Then what even is the point?
Can save
I go up to you after you say what is. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, after you say what is even the point, I go up to you and I say, when you don't know which way to, if you don't know which direction to jump, just jump.
Grum jumps.
action. Maybe that's all it takes.
What did that do? Nothing.
We move forward.
Me.
We move forward, but are we moving forward towards what we want or towards something awful? His brother and his reinforcements have been taken. My horde is now entirely illithid.
we're still here.
Walks off. Grum walks off. I don't know where. Over there. What the fuck? Okay. Sorry, I went up to the top of the map and saw something.
They should be. They should be hidden.
Yeah.
So that's from a long ago previous encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I was
saw
like,
it when I was walking up, like, oh no! Initiative! Oh. I swear, this is one of the most stressful sessions I've had.
You're welcome.
I think
enjoying it.
I think I would say I have nothing in my past to look back towards, and I think we just gotta move forward the best we can at this point. My past is questionable.
Seems like ours is too.
Yep.
Guys, I was raised on stories of Grum and Echo and Nyx. I grew up with these. Grum, I look up to him so much. You have no idea. And all my dad has told me, he's watched you since he left. He's just told me all the hardships and how you guys keep fighting no matter how crazy or how ridiculous things get. No matter what, we can't stop. We have to save your world. These things, I don't know what they are, but they're not going to stop here. They're going to move on, and they're going to move on to other worlds. And no matter what, we just have to keep fighting. Because if we don't, we're going to die in a hole. And I'd rather die with a sword in my hand.
I agree, Topin. I'm gonna give Nyx a quick hug, and then I'm gonna look around and say, I'll go get him. I'm gonna go try and find Grum.
That's my inspiring leader speech, by the way.
Really good.
Everybody
That was
take a point of
fantastic.
inspiration. You all go ahead and have your inspiration.
Thank you, Tobin.
Yay, Tobin!
Yay! I'm a bard again.
You're a bard again. Yay. If I can find Grum, I don't imagine he's too hard to track through the woods.
Grum, are you actively trying to be hidden?
No, I'm probably punching a tree.
I was literally saying, just listen for the sound of punching trees.
Echo, you can certainly follow the sound.
What else is the barbarian gonna do when he's mad, right?
Find a boulder and throw it. Try to break it. I don't know.
I know, right?
Hang on, I'm trying to find
Maybe
something.
dig a hole, put my head in it.
Okay. We haven't long rested at this point, right?
No, it's still the middle of
Okay.
the night.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate Radiant Soul. And then I'm going to walk up to Grum. So she has the glimmering eyes, the giant wings, or the bigger wings. They're not huge, but and she's kind of glowing a little bit. And I'm just gonna walk up and stand behind him until he turns around and looks. Just quietly letting him process.
Grum will probably throw one more like super hard punch into the tree, maybe splintering, maybe even giving himself a splinter, who knows. But then
You know a
he'll,
good cleric, it's fine.
he'll so what?
I said you know a good cleric, it's fine.
Right. So he'll kind of like throw a punch and it kind of like blocks his head, but then he'll like look over his arm and see you. And he's not crying. There's no tears, but you can see that they're welled up and glistening. And then his head just falls falls back down, followed by his arm as he kind of slumps and then slowly straightens up.
So we lost one. Doesn't mean we have to lose everybody else.
But we are losing everyone else.
So maybe we lose all of it. They're not going to stop at Phandalin. And I can't just sit down.
Your brother, Nyx's darker half, my entire horde. You know, you're right. You're right. We've been thrust into this. Crack my neck, roll my shoulders, and I just walk back to the camp.
I was going to let him go alone. She's going to take another minute. And Radiant Soul only lasts for a minute, so when she comes back, she's not glowing or anything.
Not glowing except for her natural glow.
Well, yeah, except for the natural beauty.
I'm gonna enter Grum's tent, if it'll allow it. I want to sit next to you, and I'm gonna I'm gonna take the lucky rabbit's foot off my belt, and it's attached to a chain, and I'm gonna hand it to you. I'm pretty sure my dad would not my actual stone of good luck one, but my lucky that used to be my actual foot, that lucky rabbit's foot. Despite it being my severed foot and the irony in it, this has always been a source of good luck for me and a source of strength. And I think today you could use it more than me.
You said it is the same rabbit's foot as before? The first with the first open?
Yeah. It's my foot. I have a stone of good luck. I have a stone of good luck that's replaced my other foot, my real foot, my can't remember if it's my left or my right
okay,
foot.
Cool. All right, cool. That's awesome. I didn't
circle back to the very hoping to circle back to the very beginning of the adventure when Tobin would rub his foot on your axe.
I'm glad you said axe.
Right. So I'll take the rabbit's foot from you, and I'll just kind of turn it and fiddle a little bit and say, I remember when your father was traveling with us. We would jest about we wouldn't even jest. We really would. I would grab him by the ankle, rub his foot upon my blade.
I know he told me.
Are you giving this to him for temporarily, or is it a gift, or is it just here you go for now?
It's a gift. And for the most part, it's a gift. It's yours.
Real quick, briefly explain how it connects to your belt.
It was just
a little rope or cord that you tie.
Just like when you tuck it in, it has a chain, so you just wrap the chain around the belt. You have most of it tucked in, and for the most part, it's secure. And for the most part, everyone tuck their shit in the belts anyway. So,
would you say it's long enough to wrap around a neck?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. I'll say thank you. I'll say thank you and take it and just kind of tie it around my neck and wear it there. and just kind of give it a quick rub.
Rub it. Rub my foot.
As the
Where's
night
boy?
And look me in the eye when you do it.
as the night
Oh, I
shifts
am.
today,
I am.
as the night shifts today, do you guys
Can I do something real quick, DM?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so while this is happening, Shroud's gonna go back to his tent, and he's just going to lay down, not really tired, just gonna lay down and kind of let the strange visitor work through his mind, and he's just gonna kind of in his mind say to himself, "These swords have chosen me. They weigh heavy on me, on my soul, my conscience. If I have one, can I be merciful, or will I be a mindless killer? What I've always known, killing. Have these people, no, not people, friends, have these friends changed me? Can I have friends? Can I be changed?" And then he drifts off to sleep.
Silence in the air answers. Morning will eventually
That
come.
was pretty deep.
Does the party continue on toward Shallows Deep with Nezznar?
Yes.
I wouldn't say happily, but okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Reluctantly,
Gonna
for
have
sure.
to. Yeah.
In a weird way, I'm kind of happy about it. We have another hand with us.
I think we just have a tour guide for the time being.
The party will eventually come onto a cave that leads down deep. Various branches and winding path that Nezznar will lead you through. He's not very talkative, but at the end of about 4 days total, let me populate a party.
Oh boy.
There's
I will have
Nix,
told
I know,
him
right?
what's going on.
Tobin, Echo, Shroud, and one black spider.
It's me like Arnolando and like Dark Souls.
He
Or not
leads you.
Arnolando,
Everybody,
whatever
don't forget to take a long rest.
You have all had a long rest. You're no longer exhausted, Shroud.
Awesome.
Oh wow, this map is wicked. The textures, dude.
Next, Nezznar will lead you off to the path this way. And he stops at what appears to be a mansion. It's a very
Wait, first-
fine
Is it-
location.
Are we already underground now, or is this above ground? Or
You
about
are
to go underground?
in the Underdark by at least about a day.
Gotcha.
Where's,
Okay.
where's Shroud at?
He's down there. He just didn't move his token.
Where'd Shroud go? Hold on, we gotta get a Shroud, guys.
I'm still asleep, guys. He never woke me up.
There we go.
You're pretty tired, man.
Yeah.
Nezznar will open the door and motion you in.
Does he go in first?
No, he motions you guys to go in, but I mean, if you ask him to go in first.
So is he now a black spider?
Oh, his full name is the Black Spider.
Oh, okay.
But
It's
with
cool that we're
with
bad.
with the door open, it leads straight forward to a not quite a throne, but it's a receiving chair, certainly.
Is this who your
What?
matron is, buddy?
And
There are two Neznars?
he motions you inside and says, "Please enter."
Is this Shadows Deep or is this
Yeah, I'll do it.
Illithinoch?
This is Shallows Deep. This is a drow city in the Underdark.
Okay.
Nyx is too scared to enter.
Once again, Nyx is a smart one.
Yep.
Until
Yeah,
something
Nyx is
comes from
alive.
behind and drag her away again.
There is
Nick's Zone doesn't die or bit.
there is a drider in the room. There are two giant spiders, one Nezznar sitting on the chair, Blackstaff leaned up against the side, and a drider blocking the path towards the stairs. Nezznar looks at you all and says, "My apologies for the way that you had to come. Sometimes deception is a necessity." The Nezznar that brought you there bows, slides past you, Nyx, and heads towards the stairs.
So is this
Different? Are there any
this
differences
person up
between the
here
two?
look to be the same person that just led us here?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Are there any differences between the two? We can like a perception check.
Do a perception check.
While he's doing the perception check, I'm just gonna flat out ask him,
23.
what's the meaning of your twinship?
He nods, the nod that you have seen the exact same mannerisms for the last several days. And he goes, "Would you please show yourself, friend? True colors." And a being of gray composition comes up and says in a very different voice, "Apologies. I was meant to lead you here, but nothing I said was false. The offer to head towards Illithinoch is near. And I will accompany you to the gates if you desire it."
I look around at the real Nezznar, giant spiders, the driders, and I say, I want all of you to accompany me to Illithinoch.
Nezznar
We're all fighting.
Nezznar shakes his head and he says, "I am afraid I have been given permission only to bolster the city's defenses."
Permitted by whom?
The city
By an idiot?
has... When you say idiot, he just keeps on going. There is an unfortunate truth that sometimes politicians are given to political means, political decisions.
Echo kind of snorts in agreement at that.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be much help anyway.
Why is that?
Between all of us, I think that you have the strengths that I do not.
you seem to command a lot of political power as I gesture to everyone around him.
I have the favors of some lovely ladies, let's say.
And nobody has no idea what the dynamics are with the drow, so
If you would like, you can take the Drider. I can do without a single Drider.
Will it listen to us?
I guess.
It hardly listens to me. If commanded, he will not stray from its command.
The Drider, I point towards and I go, you. Do you like being alive, like having a world to live on?
It starts to wring its hands and goes, I lived on a world once, yes. I remember it. I destroyed it. It destroyed me. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I look at Nezznar and I go, now I know why you offer Drider. You can keep.
He nods. You can have provisions. Food, water, weapons. The path is relatively clear from here.
Shroud is just thinking in his head about riding the Drider into battle.
I thought about that. Like I'm like,
Kind of like Deadpool.
get rid of the lady. Get rid of the ladybug and get a Drider.
As you say that, it wrings its hands more and more. Yes. Yes. Commanded to be a mount. Scurry into battle. Kill the enemies.
Do you know who our enemies
I
are?
point at Nezznar on the throne, and I address him asking, these two ladies whose favor you have, who might they be?
He looks. I have kin in Menzo Baranzan. They keep even me in good graces as long as I stay away from the city and do as they ask.
Why aren't you allowed in the city? What did you do?
Men wielding magic is frowned upon. Unless it's out of the sight of those of the city in service of greater things.
Such as your mother matron?
Yes.
Well, do you have anything to help with healing? And can we peruse the supplies you're willing to part with?
He waves his hand to the walls. You are welcome to anything in the house. Healing potions. Spell scrolls if you can find them. You can check the supply stores. Grum, as you approach the Drider, Nezznar waves his hand and the Drider starts backing up.
No, come back.
He stops. His head goes
And I'll look
down,
at
the hair
Nezznar
goes
as I'm
around
like
him.
kind of doing that.
He scurries back. Yes, 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 yes.
I'll kind of size him up a little bit and say, "You wish only to kill. Is that? Do I have that correct?"
No. I serve Loth because I didn't serve Loth. I serve Loth now. Yes, I remember. I remember. Yes.
Would it be safe to assume that your service to her involves many, shall we say, amoral acts?
What's immoral? Nezznar interrupts and he says, "A Drider's mind is fractured at best."
Hand the leash to this one to me then, and I'll see that he is made to be useful.
Nezznar nods. "You are welcome to take him."
And then I'll look back at the Drider and I'll point. I won't point because I'm like right up at him, but I'll say, You will be called. You will be called Crawl from now on.
Yes, I'm Crawl. Crawl serves.
I'm Crawl. You will be called Crawl from now on.
Yes, Crawl.
Your services are ours for the time being.
Nezznar tells you that there are houses in the city that you are welcome to stay at. He has arranged one in particular.
Is the doppelganger a changeling like me?
A doppelganger's similar to a changeling.
Okay.
Top of game, changelings were made to be PC versions of doppelgangers, essentially.
Okay.
All right, where are these storehouses?
He points to the shelves along the wall.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. These two. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering where the swag is.
I'll go ahead and just kind of go around. Oh, it's open. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're all open archways. This seems to be, the doors are doors, but most of this is open. There are potions that are red, green, yellow. If you look, you can find spell scrolls. You can find a freedom of movement scroll. You can find a couple web scrolls.
Any weapons, armor, shields, magic items?
There doesn't seem to be any swords per se. That is, he doesn't keep martial weapons at hand. And let me find something real quick. Let me ask you guys this. Is there anything that you guys would want to find in particular?
Is there, I don't know if I'll ever need it, but is there like a grappling hook or something in there?
If you want a grappling hook, he can certainly get you a grappling hook.
That's what I'm going to take then.
Please add a grappling
Healing
hook.
potions?
He'll give you, you can find 3 greater healing potions amongst the bubbling brews.
Those would be the red ones, I assume, correct?
Those would be the red ones.
Are the yellow and green ones labeled?
Nothing really is labeled well.
But, okay, so top of game, like we all know, like for the majority of the time, red potions are generally healing potions,
Correct.
unless specified to be otherwise. So that's why I'm like, what other potions are said to be like green and yellow?
Roll an insight check.
I can do that. I'm not bad with insight. I am this time. 12.
You know, if you drank one, it might give you an idea.
The potion might give me an idea. If I drink it. Okay.
It's always an if. You don't have to drink it.
Right. How does everyone feel about drinking an unidentified potion?
I'll do it. I have like pretty good saving throws.
Can I take a look at it first?
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, that was
Bow, 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 bow. He handed you a vial of poison, which
maybe
the
let's
Drow
go.
are known for.
So
that would be the green one.
it's a vial of poison.
Yep.
I will take that if no one else objects.
Nah, you take it, buddy.
I took the greater healing
There are 3
just
greater.
in case our
There are 3 of them all together, in case you guys want to divide them up.
Would that be basic poison?
Yes.
Okay. Just one?
You can roll a d4, because Drow tend to have more than one on hand.
Be right back. I gotta take a break.
2?
You can find two things of poison there.
Okay.
Alright, so there's 2 spell scrolls of web, 1 of freedom of movement, 3 greater healing potions, 2 vials of poison, and 1 unidentified potion.
After a minute, the doppelganger will go downstairs and bring back up a set of slippers that they're purplish in nature. They looks like they have spider webs etched into them, and he'll present them to you.
nice.
To you who?
Grum, you're right there, so you're the one that gets it.
Okay. I'm currently wearing Mind Flayer robes, so
That's fine. He'll hand
might
them
as well
to you. You
slide
can,
on some slippers too.
you can hand them to somebody else if you don't like them.
No, I'll put them on and see how they look with my new fashion sense.
He has given you slippers of spider climbing.
Ooh. Ooh, shit.
Fancy.
Baldur's Gate 3.
What?
They're in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Are
No,
they?
they're not. No, they're not. They're slipper. They're like boots of something that lets you not become webbed.
Right.
Yeah, you get
But
them.
you can't walk on walls and ceilings, sadly.
Right.
Yeah, there's no spider climb. That'd be cool, man.
You do get a
Change that
climb
to
speed
some-
equal to your speed. So and if you wear them and attune to them, you get a climb speed.
My fucking movement speed is 50 feet, man. That's a lot to crawl around on.
You just like jump on the wall, vertical hop, like bang, 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 bang.
Can you imagine this giant 7'2" Goliath, and he's like,
So
I'm
those upside
I'm not gonna lie,
downers.
I'm envious because I would love to use my rabbit hop and jump onto a wall and like jump onto the ceiling and then like just ping, 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 ping.
And then I grabbed a grappling hook for the guys that didn't get the flippers and can't fly like me, or bounce, or jump.
Do you guys want to head on to Illithinoch with Crawl?
Did he say there was a house he had for us or something?
Yeah, there is a house set aside if you guys would like to rest.
Is it this one over here that he was talking about?
No, it's one of the ones in the main part of the city. One of these.
Okay, all right. I have a question for the hosts of this place. What do you have downstairs, pointing to the stairs there?
That is my personal home with a few guests.
Yeah, I don't want to divulge into that shit. Keep it to yourself, homie. Really quick, just topic game. Is there any kind of weird vibes coming off of the doppelganger? I think you know what I'm referring to.
Bro, there are so many weird vibes in this place. Doppelgangers are not, especially they don't spend a ton of time in their regular form.
Right. Okay. Let me rephrase the question and ask, is there any particular vibe coming from the doppelganger?
Roll an insight check and then tell me what particular vibe you're trying to hit.
Well, it would be kind of metagamey to just assume it, but like that's why I'm trying to get it out. Remember when the doppelganger was like, perhaps we could have been something or whatever?
Yeah.
But like I'm not like actively fishing, I'm more like passively fishing, if that makes sense.
Oh, are you trying to figure out if it's attracted to you? If they're attracted to
Trying
you?
to figure out if it's the one that made that inclination weeks ago, yeah. Absolutely. It's the same one.
Well, with the 23, I'll say this. They seem to admire all of you in a very specific way. Not necessarily an attraction kind of way, and it's hard to say if this is the same one that was back there, but this one does have an admiration for the party.
What's your deal? I ask it that question in character.
I serve Lord Nezznar.
And the reason for your infatuated look with us?
Its head tilts downward. I have watched for a while your exploits. You have all done great deeds. Nezznar was wise to seek your help.
I must say, it's very strange to receive any kind of commendation within this realm. Especially in the positive way you're referring to. And then Grum kind of shudders, like shivers.
You will do great things still. Out of curiosity, how long would the party spend in Shallows Deep before heading off to Illithinoch?
There's nothing of note. I'd say we better get a head start.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Not looking forward to stick around with these spider worshipping douchebags.
So you're all taking Crawl with you. Do you guys want to take the doppelganger too?
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go.
I do.
He said he'll go.
But yeah, between the two of them, they'll guide you through the city and through the Underdark.
Cool.
Head out this path, and after about another day, you will be at the entrance to Illithinoch. So,
We're gonna call the doppelganger Shifty.
Dippy?
Shifty.
Shifty. That's better than Dippy.
I feel like Dippy would be Neznar's nickname, honestly.
Hippie.
Yeah, that I forgot.
Oh,
I was gonna say useless.
That's
It's like a proper dungeon.
That should be covered. Ignore that.
I saw it. I saw it all. I
I
memerized
got a
it.
photographic memory.
That's good.
well, I realized that I misspelled shit, so I kind of want it back.
You're lucky I'm high, or else I would have remembered.
Was it Illithinoch?
Six. What, Illithinoch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Illithinoch.
Illithinoch. Right.
I'm gonna say yes, even though I didn't fully hear you.
So it's Lilith Alpala.
Oops. Shit.
All right, there's the group. Real quick, what order? The door is open. The doors are easily open. You can see them slanted open. What order do you guys want to go in?
I'll come up to the front, but I'll say, hey, Shroud, can you get close to me and help me with these doors?
Of course.
Yo, Shifty, can you doppelgang into something strong, loyal, and violent?
It shifts to Nezznar and goes, ha!
Good enough. What does that staff do?
He looks at it. Decoration.
No, that's actually not a bad form, for it might allow us more easy passage in some circumstances again.
That's true. Well, I want you to ride the drider and just go to town, buddy. You guys just go nuts.
Do you want to ride the drider?
I mean, now you brought it up.
I know.
I point at Crawl and I say, you, Crawl, allow the rabbit to ride you.
Okay. Yes, hop on.
I'm like tempted, and then I'm like, no, we have time for this.
Oh, fuck this. Grump grabs the rabbit and puts him on the drider. Because now you're there.
You like you put me on like a pony, but like as a kid who doesn't want to get on the pony. I'm like,
Starts whining.
The rabbit's just in there doing this number. No!
All right, who's the first one into Illithinoch?
I will. I'll go in.
All right.
Don't forget curl.
Do you ride the Drider in? I guess is always a good question to ask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you I'll ride him in, I guess.
All right. You
Yeah, you can ride him in.
Okay. So, the reading of the room. An enormous statue at the east end of this long room depicts a massive mind flare with its arms outstretched, holding a brain in each hand. The statue is made of one large piece of greenish stone, although the brains are covered with green mucus that drips from the statue's hands into a puddle on the floor. Flowing designs decorate the wall. Lounging in the rooms are two mind flayers, their face tentacles periodically gesticulating, and they look to you and they say, in your minds, worshippers of the far realm, or those who bring us the stones? And that seems to be the best place to call it tonight.
Oh, I have
I'm
to-
sorry, but no, I have to report once before it's officially over. When they ask that, I will say neither. We are your demise.
All right, and that's where we'll pick up next week. And let's go ahead,
I had
Tobin.
something too. I go, oh buddy, I'm from a far realm, alright. As I draw my sword. And I'm riding a driver.
A rabbit riding a Drider. Well, this I totally mispredicted this tonight.
That sounds facetious as fuck.
Nope, I can't predict what any of my groups will do. 100%. Congratulations, you guys have found Illithinoch.
And we can't kill anything down here, guys. I need to balance this shit out.
Yes. Don't
I
worry.
think just fucking embraced it already, man.
The Raven Queen is a great place to spend eternity.
I was gonna
Said
say,
no one ever.
like, she might put you into her higher up services because you're racking up the numbers, and she sent a motherfucker out there to talk to you about being collected, bro. You might as well just accept your fate and suck on that teat.
Pretty much.
Knock all you guys out and let the mind flayers take me.
Oh yeah, that's real merciful.
I said knock you out, not kill you.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, just the entire world will be destroyed. No worry about not being merciful.
That's mercy. That's mercy on the world.
If you're a mind flayer, that's a good thing.
It's like I'm like Ultron off of Age of Ultron. He's got to kill the world to save it.
The only thing left living will be octopi.
You have to destroy the village to save the village. I don't know if I agree with that statement.
I mean, she saw it in her vision.
She saw.
Bro, this was a great session tonight, man.
What?
I'm bugging.
What do you think Nick specifically saw in her vision? From your point of view.
From my point of view,
Yes.
I saw that the village was going to get destroyed either way.
I don't know if that was a necessary message of the vision. The one where
I mean,
the one where you guys walked away was certain destruction. The other one was fighting.
but I'm so confused. I literally walked away from that vision utterly confused because at one point in time,
Visions
we
are
did walk
confusing.
away from Phandalin after we had gone after the red brands.
Yes.
And then we came back,
Yes.
and Phandalin wasn't the same.
Yes.
Okay? And then we left again.
Yes.
I think I have a theory.
And we came back again.
No, you guys never came back this time.
Yeah, no, we never returned to Phandalin this time, so we don't know what the fuck state it's like. I think it's Mind Flayer illusion shit, honestly. Because they're always fucking with your mind and your perceptions and your memories. So I think it's them, like, when we returned, like, they fucked with us to, like, perceive Phandalin the way they wanted us to, but not how it really was.
So are you saying it was never destroyed in the first place?
I'm saying we perceived it to be a certain way other than what reality really is. I don't know if it was destroyed or not, but I have a feeling like whatever was different was masked, but it wasn't complete. So, or it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't complete. So we noticed that a few things were different, but other than that, it's like whatever, enough to brush off and keep moving. You know, because the fucking inn was burned down and we came back and it's not burned down. For all we know, it could have actually still been a pile of ash, but they fucked with our perceptions to see it still standing.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it-
something like that. That's my theory.
All in all, I left away very confused.
My theory
Visions
is
will do that to you.
Um,
I'm playing a different, a whole other campaign in Pathfinder, and I made the character to have like a spirit hosted within their own body, but I didn't say shit about receiving visions. In session 1, both me and another player share a fucking vision.
DMs love visions.
Just like you, we're like, what the fuck?
DMs love visions.
Yeah, that's the DM's like perfect way to fuck with the party because it's indirect, but it's still torturous.
I wasn't trying to be torturous.
Yes, you were. Stop lying.
No.
Alright, guys, I gotta get some sleep.
All right, bro.
Right.
I'll sleep just then. Great game.
Yeah, good session.